But I mean, first of all, the nature of your champ is that lane is rough, right? Because if you reach a certain point in the game, you're a bit of a monster, right? If you get 4 items, you're very, very strong, self-healing ADC that does a lot of damage and can go tank build. Like, that's not really balanced, right? So to balance it out, laning phase is quite weak. Every single time when you're below master, it should never be more complicated than this. Answer these questions. Take a look at the matchup. No, yes, and award every game in the start. The middle push in lane. Okay, that's pretty bad. No. Kate, Bart, strong. Trade windows, yes. That's not how it works. We can trade on every hook. Other than that, just play for last hits. More timers on our bounce. Between 3 or 4 and 5, unless they just keep pushing. This is what you should do. And runes, quickly, just to touch on it. If lane, very hard. There's no shame in going segment. If lane, all in. Draven, Pike. You only do these runes that you have here if matchup is completely free. It's greedy rune, makes sense? But yeah, this, like, that's just how Vayne works in lane, most lanes. Like, you take the dick in lane and you try to get as much CS as you can. And if you have Blitz, if you hook, can play. If not, can't play. That's basically how this lane is gonna go, and there's no way around it. That's just the way it's gonna be when you play this champ. And the best thing to do is to not leash, because if they do leash and you don't, you can get push. It's a possibility, and if you can get push in this lane, life is so good. If you can't get push, that's just how it's gonna have to be, or that is just how it has to be, is what I mean. Bit careful about like autoing the wave. I mean, you're playing against noobs that don't want to like challenge you or anything, but if you auto too much, there's a chance that you just can't play the game when they get level 2, and the wave is like pushing to you slower, so it becomes harder for you to play the game, or it takes longer for you to be able to play the game. Yeah, like they just auto way too much too. Like, you have to understand that this, what you're doing is bad, but it ends up being good because she's just perma autoing, no regret, no yeah, no brain, literally no brain. And because of that, the wave is in a good state. Instead of her crashing 3 and you not being able to play the game until then. So you are at the mercy of Kate. What should she be doing? This is a good question, and probably most of you are wondering, so I will go over it. Look, the reason she realizes, like the moment she realizes that Vayne is perma-autoing, first of all she should ping Bart forward, because Bart should play the game. He shouldn't be afraid to fight. They should hard win level 1. Kate or Vayne, Blitzcrank are useless level 1, they can fight level 2. So here she should stop autoing, because level 2 is guaranteed. The moment level 2 is guaranteed, you stop auto. And you just try to trade, because she's way higher range than Vayne. I would say Kate is the biggest Vayne counter, or one of them at least, top 3. She just walks up, hits her in the school, and that's it. Then you just wait, you just slow push as much as possible, try to crash the third wave, and then either fight them, invade, base. Don't base though, because you can trade on them hard. Like, she's queuing the wave with no regrets, she's autoing the wave with no regrets, and because of that, the wave is completely fine for Vayne. So again, you're at the mercy of her stupidity. And she, again, just keeps autoing the wave, right? And yeah, you should look for a hook. This is the prime time to go for a hook. If you can get a tower shot on one of them, right? You're good, so you should try to ping Blitzcrank. Tell him to look for hook. Worst case he misses, but that's okay, he's full mana. And you miss every opportunity you don't take. Level 2 you can fight. Definitely. That's a good timer for you to fight. Because Blitzcrank is actually a champ. And now you are kind of doing the same here. You're griefing a bit. She gives up the wave to you because Bart is on a journey. So you should be happy. Okay, look. What I mean by that is this auto bat, the first auto bat, this auto bat, this auto bat. These autos you don't need to do because she's already losing out and she already gave you push. And yeah, I mean, that's okay. You know, you misplayed. That's fine. I cannot I cannot tell you to play this differently, right? Like, there's no reason in that. It's a pointless discussion. You know what you should have done differently, so it's whatever. This gate is very boosted. Okay, life is good. Vayne is now activated because the hardest part of the lane is over. What should you do now? What's the plan? What is the plan now? If Blitz got a hook, we can kill very easy, and I can snowball. Okay, play off the bounce back. Try to punish when wave is on your side. Okay, this should be the plan. Don't trade on the slow push. Trade when the wave is in a good state. And I will tell you when it's in a good state. Wave is really, really good right now. Wave is not in a good state. Not. Don't go and fight now. You can fin the wave a little bit if she gives you space, which she is, because Bard is on a magical journey, literally. Now Bard is still gone, right? So you could try to walk up a bit. Here, just step back further. There's no reason for you to do this. Just step back further, step back, don't tank the minions, don't tank, just step back, the minion wave is coming. The closer to tower it is, the happier you are, because the worse it is for them. Right, if Blitzcrank hooks one of them into tower, that person is dead. And yeah, you should just try to fin as much as possible. Make sure that you can fight in the wave. If the wave is too long or too big, it's not good. Here, again, like, you should keep auto. Even earlier than this. Like, the moment she steps up, you should just auto. Because you want to fin, so you can fight. Any fight you take should be winning. You have item advantage in both of you. And they have no sums, right? So Kate gets hooked, she's dead. And you shouldn't give up this freeze. So you could step up again here, because look what she does. This is called the dust trick, or that's what I called it. Here, you just step back because they step back, or you step forward because they step back. If they want to give you the freeze, you take the freeze. If they step forward, you step back, so on, and you just keep deadlocking them until they actually commit to stepping up. Okay, nice. That was pretty decently played. You dodged the Q from Bard. And that's what I mean, right? Like, this was the best that could happen to them in terms of, like, catching Blitz and you still win. So imagine a hook where this doesn't happen. How can lose? They had double trap, headshot, shots from the bush. It doesn't get much better than that for them. In terms of, like, if they get you, obviously better, but they cannot unless you're trolling. So, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Do you understand? Now you should just shove and base. The timer is up, sadly. But yeah, hopefully you got some value.